What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. First off, shout out to Football Films for this excellent video idea. And second, in this video, I'll be predicting every Falcons offensive player stats for 2020. And this is something I really wanted to do because I love offense much more than I love defense. So I had a lot of fun predicting how many touchdowns Matt Ryan will get, how many yards Julio Jones will get, so on and so forth. And yes, I will make a video predicting every defensive player's stats for 2020. But for now, let's go over my thoughts on the stats for the 2020 Atlanta Falcons offense starting right now. So let's start things out with our quarterback, Matt Ryan, and this was an easy one to break down because not only is Matt Ryan consistently throwing for 4,000 yards and just a lot of touchdowns, but seemingly every time it's an even-numbered year, like 2016, 2018, and now here we are in 2020, he seems to always break out the most. So I gave him 4,783 yards, 31 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. I think that looks about right for Matt Ryan. Now for Todd Gurley. The only thing that worries me about Todd Gurley is not the arthritis injury, but Dirk Cutter. Dirk Cutter is the thing that worries me about Todd Gurley. However, though I don't think Todd Gurley is going to have some MVP season, I do think he's going to have a good year. Every time Todd Gurley has a quote-unquote down year, he still has some pretty good stats. Like in 2016, he was considered to have a sophomore slump, but he still had at least 800 yards. Last year, the arthritis injury was bothering him, but he still had 800 yards. So I'm going to give him 800 yards here. I'm going to give him 865 yards and 10 touchdowns. Though the arthritis injury could still bother him and Dirk Cutter sucks at the running game, I think Todd Gurley could have a pretty good year in Atlanta. Now for Ito Smith, surely he's got to have a better year than he did last year. I just decided to give him 221 yards and 2 touchdowns. Nothing huge. In fact, this might even be Ito Smith's last year here in Atlanta. So I just decided to give him just not the best year, but whatever, it's better than last year. Quadre Ellison, I feel like a lot of people are probably expecting a lot from him. And look, I love Quadre as much as the next guy. But Quadre Ellison is really just that guy to, punch it in for the touchdown. Or if it's 3rd and 1, he has to run down the middle. He's not really there for a lot of production, I guess you could say. So I'm going to give him 76 yards and 3 touchdowns. Not expecting a lot of things from him, but I do hope he gets a lot of things because I do love Quadre Ellison. Brian Hill, good player, but Todd Gurley, simply put, I just think is going to do a lot more than Brian Hill. So Brian Hill won't really get a lot of carries, but he will get 234 yards and a touchdown. Not expecting a lot, but, he's a good player. Julio Jones, we don't really need to dive deep on why he's going to have a good year. He's going to have 1,444 yards because he seemingly averages like 1,400 yards every year, and then he's going to get 6 touchdowns. I think that sounds about right. Calvin Ridley, I'm a little hesitant to say he's going to get 1,000 yards, and I get it. Like, oh, last year he got injured. He would have got 1,000 yards, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's a little, and I don't really know if I'm ready to say that there's going to be a team in the NFL with 2 receivers hitting 1,000 yards. And though the Falcons are definitely capable of doing that, and though I do have Calvin Ridley getting close to 1,000, I don't think he's going to get there just yet. I do think he's going to get 983 yards. And he's going to get a lot of touchdowns, though. He's going to get 13. So I think Calvin Ridley has an excellent year. I do love Calvin Ridley, but I don't know if I'm ready to say he's going to get 1,000 yards just yet. Hayden Hurst, this might be the only controversial take. I only have him getting 543 yards, and I do have him getting 7 touchdowns, so that's pretty good. But I feel like a lot of people are expecting maybe 800 or 700 yards. I don't know if I'm ready for that yet, even though Matt Ryan loves throwing to tight ends, and I do love the Hayden Hurst pickup, but I'm not ready to say he's going to go over 500, so I think I'll just put it as that. Laquan Treadwell, I like the pickup, but it's nothing really special. I'll just have it as 256 yards and 3 touchdowns. just whatever. And Russell Gage, kind of the same thing, but I think he'll do a better job than Laquan Treadwell. He'll get 326 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, both Laquan and Russell, they're not going to do anything super, super big, but I think they're going to be fine, and they'll produce something in Atlanta. And then, to be honest with you, every other offensive player the Falcons have, I'm just not really expecting anything from them. I don't really know if it's worth anyone's time to dive deep into them, but those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I will make a video breaking down every defensive player stat soon, but let's go over your mailbag questions, starting with Cassandra Hitchcock. Number 1, should we make any big free agency moves like getting Everson Griffin? I don't know if I'd make a lot more moves. I think we have a good roster as of now, so I wouldn't really, spend a lot of money with a lot of players, but maybe we can grab a couple more players. Everson Griffin, I would like to pick up, even though he hasn't really been excellent in the past 2 years, I guess. I think we could make a couple more moves. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't really looked into who we should get in free agency as of now, but I do think the Falcons should spend a little bit of money. Not a lot. I don't know if we should get a lot of players, but maybe a couple players. Number 2, will Hayden Hurst have a big year this year? Like I said, I don't know if I'm ready to say he's going to go get 800 or 700 yards, but I do think he's going to get 7 touchdowns. And number 3, will you do predictions for next year after everything clears out? Hopefully, I hope there's a season. And I think everything will be cleared out, but only time will tell. David Maddox asks, should we try to get a running back in free agency like Leonard Fournette? Now, I don't know if we should get another running back, because first off, that I'm not super high on getting a running back, whether it's in free agency or in the draft. It's just simply a running back. You don't need to look for them right away, but also, Leonard Fournette is injury prone. I don't really know if we need him. Plus, we already got Todd Gurley and just a bunch of other running backs, so I would not get a running back at all. Hayden Hughes asks, if both Matt Ryan and Matt Schaub get injured, would you rather, between our 2 backup quarterbacks, Kurt Benkert or Danny Elton, take the starting job, and why? I would rather Kurt Benkert because he saw the field at least a little bit with the Falcons. Did Danny Elton ever get a snap with the Falcons? I don't know if he ever did. Did he? I really don't know. But I would take Kurt Benkert. Albino Hood Rat asks, you said that you don't like the choice of AJ Terrell, but who would you have liked us to choose in the position that we were in? I thought Trevon Diggs was the better option. I just thought he had better coverage, and he was a little more athletic. Now, I will admit, am I downgrading the AJ Terrell pick a little bit? Sure. I will admit that one. When I first saw the AJ Terrell pick, it probably was an overreaction. But I'm not going to apologize for saying that I thought Trevon Diggs was the better option. I really do think he was. I'm getting a little more optimistic in AJ Terrell, but still I thought Trevon Diggs was the better option. But whatever, it's what it is. I am rooting for AJ Terrell to have a great year, because it's not that I think he's a bad corner. I just think that there were better options is all. But whatever. I think AJ Terrell will have a good year. I don't know if he's going to be good right off the bat, but maybe later down in the season he'll have himself a pretty good year. Atlanta Falcons ask, hey bro, would love to know your thoughts on whether we should get Yannick Ngakoue. He's a proven pass rusher who has never had under 8 sacks in a single season. When Saxonville had their AFC Championship season, which included our boy Dante Fowler Jr., he notched up 12.5 sacks. We saved $10 million by not picking up Tack's 5th-year option, and we'll get another $10 million in June with Trufant being cut. So I believe we have enough to bring him over, and if not, we should restructure a few more contracts. Can't speak today. Also, could it be worth looking at Clowney on a 1-year prove-it deal for 13 to 14 million, or even getting Everson Griffin? Rise up from Australia, bro. Rise up, Atlanta Falcons. Honestly, let's do it. I think we should totally get Everson Griffin, because Tack McKinley's not going to be with us. I honestly would just release Tack right now, to be honest with you, and go straight for a Yannick Ngakoue, because like you said, we would have enough to get him, and I'm very high that pass rush is the most important. So let's just go ahead and get him. Now, what about Everson Griffin and Jadeveon Clowney? I would not mind Everson Griffin. Jadeveon Clowney, I don't know if I get Jadeveon Clowney. He's not like that good like everyone makes him out to be, but he's a good player. But I don't know if I would get one of them. But if I could choose one, yeah, I would just get Ngakoue. Sean O'Connor asks, should we get rid of the 3.5 sacks tack? Is Unique going to be good? Should we try to grab an offensive lineman or a secondary player? Yes, we should get rid of tack. Yes, Unique Ngakoue is good. And should we grab, God, I can't speak today. I'm sorry about that, guys. Should we grab an offensive lineman or a secondary player? Nah. I think we're just going to stick with the players we have. There's not really a lot of moves I think we should make in free agency. I wouldn't really spend that much. I think we're just good where we're at. But maybe we could grab a couple more players. Spencer Lawrence asks, do you see us getting any big name free agents the rest of the offseason? I'll be honest, I haven't exactly looked into who we should get in free agency yet. I've kind of been busy with other things, but no excuses. Definitely need to look into it, and maybe I should make a video on that just sometime soon. But yeah, I haven't really looked into it recently. Sin number 1 asks, do you think we are doing good in the draft? I thought the Falcons had a good draft. Like, they grabbed mean and physical players. A lot of the players we grabbed are aggressive tacklers, and finally they're realizing we can't be soft on defense. So they went ahead and got A.J. Terrell. They got Michael Walker, Marlon Davidson, Jalen Hawkins. They got all these nasty defensive players, and even the Matt Hennessy pickup for the offensive line was a great pickup. So I thought we had an excellent draft, but nothing, great, nothing elite, but it was a good draft. Atlanta Falcons 11 asks, number 1, what do you think of Charles Harris? Can he help our defense? Not really, to be honest with you. Number 2, can you imagine us trading for Unique Ngakoue? Absolutely, but we just have to be smart with the money, I guess. And number 3, can we make the playoffs this season? Rise up from Germany, rise up from Central Florida. Well, we all have to do our part for sure. We can't just, expect to have good things because we have a loaded roster and then not do our job. We have to do our job, and if we all work together, because I think we have the pieces, we just need to work together, then yeah, we can make the playoffs. And do I think it's going to happen? Honestly, maybe. I think it could possibly happen. The Falcons are looking like they're finally trying to make some moves this year, so I think it could happen. James Smith asks, do you think that DeMonte KZ should start over Ricardo Allen at free safety? And do you think Hawkins will replace Keanu Neal? I don't think Hawkins will replace Keanu Neal. I think Keanu Neal will bounce back this year. And do I think DeMonte KZ should start over Ricardo Allen? Actually, no. I think Ricardo Allen, believe it or not, I kind of been ripping on him in my last videos, but I do think he's a better player than DeMonte KZ. So I wouldn't have him start over him just yet. Ghost Peppers ask, here's an interesting stat I came across. Did you know in NFL history, only 3 quarterbacks have ever won 11 plus games and won a conference championship with a scoring defense ranked 20th or worse? Matt Ryan, number 1, with the 20th or the 27th ranked scoring defense. Worst defense of the bunch. Then Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, and of course Patrick Mahomes tried it in 2018 but never saw the ball in overtime versus New England. What are your thoughts on this interesting stat? All I can say is Matt Ryan is so underrated, and people are going to look at Drew Brees and they think he's the best quarterback of all time, when he's not, by the way. And Peyton Manning, I love Peyton Manning. I love Patrick Mahomes, but they don't give respect to Matt Ryan. So all I can really say is I'm not surprised that people overlook this stat because they just really love disrespecting Matt Ryan. Archangel asks, who will be left out of the defensive lineup, in your opinion, out of Neal, Oliver, Tack, or Ricardo Allen? You could even pick more than one. Tack would be number 1, and I guess Ricardo Allen, I guess it would be, no, not Ricardo Allen, take that back. Isaiah Oliver. Isaiah Oliver and Tack McKinley are the 2 defensive players that I'm not super high on at the moment, so that would be out of my defensive lineman, or defensive lineup. Ruben Falcon asks, should the Falcons trade Tack and pick up Unique Ngakoue? And do you think the Falcons have a top 10 defense? And good job on your videos. Thank you, sir. I think we should trade Tack for Unique Ngakoue. Tack has not really done the most for us, and Unique Ngakoue is a proven player. And do the Falcons have a top 10 defense? I don't know if I'm ready to say that just yet. Maybe top 15. I don't know if I'm ready to say top 10 just yet. Kill the Falcons fan asks, what year will Matt Ryan retire? I mean, surely it's got to be in the next 2 years. I think maybe he's got 2 years left in him. Archangel asks, I need you, Lieutenant Dan, Matt, Mike, and Jazzy Jeff to pick a live night for Falcons fans to chop it up with y'all and ask questions live about our Falcons, and it would be even better if we could call in some. Also, I think that would be lit. Y'all come in with a plan. Rise up. For sure. It's a shame that we haven't really come together to make videos together. It really is a shame that we haven't done that yet. We definitely need to get in touch. Hopefully, maybe we can make like our schedule predictions because the schedule is coming up. So maybe we can do that. Kill the Falcons fan ask, I think we should trade Tack. I think we should too. I think that makes all of us, to be honest with you. Kale, I think we all are thinking we should trade Tack. Dominic Robinson asks, if Neil gets injured, will he be cut? Honestly, yeah. I mean, it's you can't be injured 3 years in a row and then expect to keep him on the team. It's just not how it works. Jeff Gone asks, hey bro, big fan of the channel. Thanks for the informative content. I want to know how many years do you think Julio has left in him where he can still be great? I love the guy, but he isn't getting any younger. That might be true, but I think Julio Jones, like Matt Ryan, has 2 years left in him. 1 or 2 years. So I would give him 1 or 2 more years in Julio Jones. Maybe even 3. Riley Holden asks, do we need a new logo? I mean, I wouldn't mind a new logo change, but I'm content with it right now. Quarantine Sucks asks, what will our record be? At best, 10-6 or 11-5. At worst, 9-7 or 8-8. Ghost Peppers asks, what do you think about Laquan Treadwell? My honest opinion, I think Gage has proven to be capable of handling the number 3 duties once Sanu was traded. Gage had 45 catches and 404 yards in 9 games. That's incredible production from a wide receiver 3 who is the 4th option. So, unless Gage gets hurt, I can't see Treadwell seeing the field in meaningful snaps. With that being said, hopefully Treadwell can come in and establish a role for himself. Your thoughts? I agree. I think Russell Gage is a better player than Laquan Treadwell, though I don't really think any of those players are going to be like a big impact to the team. I think Russell Gage is a better wide receiver 3 than Laquan Treadwell, but I do like Laquan Treadwell. Zachary Stone asks, who do you think will be our number 1 corner this coming season? I don't really know. I guess AJ Terrell, you know, I ripped on him, but I do think he's going to be a better corner than Isaiah Oliver. I'm just not high on Isaiah Oliver just yet. So I guess I'll give AJ Terrell the credit here. I think he'll be the better corner. Omar Jackson asks, is Marlon Davidson going to have 13.5 sacks this year? I don't know if he's going to have that much, but I do think he's going to have a good year. I can see him maybe getting... He's a rookie, so I don't know if he's going to get a lot. I'll give him maybe 6 sacks. I'm not going to expect a lot from a rookie just yet, but I do think he's going to be a good player. At RiseUpATL, ask number 1, Thursday, our schedule comes out. Make a live reaction and then predict it. For sure, I'll give up my thoughts on that. I don't know if I'll go live, but definitely give up my thoughts on it. Number 2, could we sign Everson Griffin for a 1-year, $8 million deal? Million deal. Maybe. We just got to be smart with our money. And number 3, which Falcon is going to get paid next? Good question. I think Calvin Ridley. Is doing a good job. They're probably going to sign him. Or maybe Keanu Neal if he can stay healthy, because he's a good player. He's just got to stay healthy. And number 4, do you know Slitta, Sports Life in the ATL, is funny? Yes, and I think he does a good job with his channel. And best of luck to him. At JackB1872 asks, we need to trade Tack for a 2nd and 3rd round pick and move Marlon to edge rusher and place Sanat at tackle. Thoughts? 100% agree. I think literally all of that is a good idea for the Falcons. And those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I will see you guys this Friday with a video at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Love and appreciate you all. And as always, rise up.